Before we get started, a big thank you to all of my supporters over on Patreon and on Twitch, with the Patreon people coming up on screen now. A big thank you to my legendary supporters, Mike, Kira, Truck Driving Gamer, and Obi-Wan Kanzi. Thank you guys. I really very much appreciate it. If you would like to help support me and the channel, then you can head over to twitch.tv/mandatoryquest and drop a sub over there. Or you can go over to patreon.com/mandatoryquest and become a Patreon member for some early access to some videos and some behind the scenes stuff.
They'll be tired from the raid, so this is your moment.
Satha had explained, pointing you toward the foothills of the Copperneck Mountains, where her scout tracked the Algox attackers.
I doubt you'll be able to fight them all on your own, but maybe you can find another way to subdue them if you get close. On the other hand, they'll be worn out after this little battle, so feel free to test your luck. Just remember, even a tired Algox is strong enough to rip someone in two.
After hours of tracking, you find yourself before a cave, a wide black stain on an otherwise pristine mountainside. A crowd of Algox moving around in front of it. Getting a bit closer, you realize there are two different groups of Algox gathered at the cave mouth, and they seem to be fighting. The
Road event. Yeah, you're right.
Like the Algox
Missed the road event. We'll do that next
Frosthaven. Huge figures with fur-covered muscle and vicious strength. They're throwing punches that could flatten a longhouse. You've seen it happen. But you can tell their strength is flagging against their assailants. The attackers, on the other hand, wear leather robes and move their clawed hands in intricate patterns. Covered in the same white fur as the defenders, they stand their ground outside the cave, guarded by wild beasts as they hurl magical storms of snow. You creep in close, and the battle begins to shift. A flank has thinned out on one side, and you can see a path into the cave ahead. It won't be easy to break through the fighting, but if you want to see what the defenders are guarding without getting your hands dirty, this is the best chance you're going to get.
So here we go then, battle goals. For our drifter, we have Wallflower, Ravager, and Rambler. Now, we did get a 2-tick last time, so a single tick would also be fine. So Wallflower is, and each of your turns adjacent to a wall, obstacle, or objective. Oof. That one feels hard. I don't know about you guys, but that seems hard. Not a repeatable event, you assume? No, this is a discard. However, it does look like regardless of what option you chose, you would have gotten the sticker and the mission. So regardless of what you would have chosen, you would have got those things. You just wouldn't have got the experience. No to Wallflower. Yeah, I feel like Wallflower is far too restrictive. And in a scenario like this, where the first room is huge, too restrictive, I think. Especially if we're playing melee. If we were playing maybe a more of a ranged character, we could have maybe considered it, but we're not. Rambler. End no more than 3 of your turns in the hex in which you started the turn, except when long resting. That seems very easy to do. And then perform 2 actions with lost icons in the same turn. Generally, I dislike ones like that unless we have an amazing kind of combo. Oh, hang on. No, we do Ravager on the first turn. Right? No, we do Ravager on the first turn. Because we do Crushing Weight. Because that would count, right? Crushing Weight and Continuous Health on turn 1 gets Ravager done on first turn, right? Yeah. So Ravager is just straight up. We do that on the first turn of every scenario. That's a free perk right there. A free check mark right there. That absolutely counts. Nice. Well, there you go. We are doing the Ravager then. Easy choice. So for the Deathwalker, Vanguard, Gambler, and Specialist. Specialist, never perform a basic action. Tricky. Never perform a basic action, huh? That feels like it's possible. We'd have to think about it, but the problem is that on a scenario like this where it's like run, if things go bad, we may need to just be using cards as default move 2s and just running. So, might be tricky. But in theory, something that we could probably do. Gambler, kill an enemy with an attack that has disadvantage. This we could force by, you know, doing a ranged attack next to something. But it feels a little bit... Maybe we don't have enough control over this. Never attack an enemy that has already acted in the round. That feels very hard. I think we go Specialist and we just try really hard on it. Specialist feels something we could probably do. Vanguard seems really restrictive. It does, especially if you don't have an amazing initiative. If you are a character that has lots and lots of early initiatives, I would say, yeah, maybe you can make it work. But, you know, both of our characters... I mean, Deathwalker does have the boots of speed, but I don't... Against priests that could potentially go on 8 initiative all the time, do we really want that? Feels too much to me. So I agree. Don't forget to add 1 HP to Deathwalker from Cloak. Nice catch. Well, I'm kind of hoping that this works. No! Ah, it won't let me increase their health above maximum. Where I gain XP, gold, click the crown. Ah! Good call. Nice catch. All right. Good. Well, I think that everyone is set up, ready to go. So in terms of where we can start in this scenario, we can start all the way up to like along here. And I think, to be honest, as a starting place, we probably want to be closer to the middle so these guys don't kind of come straight down onto us. It makes sense for us to play very late initiatives and just kind of hang around on the edges for as long as possible. So I think that's what we'll do. It's going to be a lot of fun getting a lot of shadows up, I think. So we're going to go 82, I think, here. On the Deathwalker. Should be nice and late. And we will do the absolute classic Drift the first turn. That's already become one of our favorites. Crushing weight and continuous health. And we'll do that on 71. Love it. Just bear in mind, I'm going to have to do that every scenario. It resets. Okay, thanks, Vandalay. Appreciate it. Nice. All right, let's see what these guys are doing. Right, guards first then. Ooh, so many guards. Oh, did I not give them their numbers? I need to give them their numbers. Oops. 6. 3. What have we got? 4 and 6 on the house. And on the archers, they've got 2 elites. 4 and this guy back here. I can't even see him. 4 and 6. And then for these guys, the elite is number 4. And then we got a regular 2 and 6. Good. It's not what I meant to do. Okay, there we go. So, right. They're going to move 3. Oh, no, they're not going to do anything. So the guards aren't moving at all. See you later, guards. So, hounds. So first up, we're going to get this hound over here. It's going to go 1, 2. And it's going to attack this guard. This uses the ally deck, right? Hounds use the ally deck. It begins. It begins. Okay. So that would be 4, but it does have a shield. So that would be 3. Wow. Does this count as friend or foe? I would say foe. Unless you want to start an ally count as well. It's up to you, Shocky. I mean, you're kind of like... You kind of own that, you know? It's you do it how you want to do it. So that's that guy. This one's going to go... He's going to go after the elite. And that's going to do 1 damage to the elite. So that's hounds. Archers. These archers are going to absolutely destroy these hounds, aren't they? Yeah, okay. Here we go. So first one. +0. So that's 3 damage to this hound. Dead hound. Poor guy. I mean, at least he got an attack off. Now the Drifter. So we're just going to be playing both of our actives. here. So we have Crushing Weight, +2 to our melee attacks, and we have Continuous Health, +2 to our heals. And this is done. Did both of the archers go? Yes, they both attacked the same hound, right? All these enemies in the first room, you see a lot of looting incoming. It feels like we could probably get a decent amount of loot here if we play this the right way. This could work out very nicely for us. So Drifter has been now into the Deathwalker. Kind of similar story with the Deathwalker here. We're going to do Call to the Abyss. And we'll use Call of Doom to do a bit of Dark Generation. Now, how do I want to move here? I've got to think about like what I would actually kind of like to attack. Because it's not obvious what to attack. If I was like looking at this scenario, the scary enemies in this room are the archers. Like it's pretty much always the archers. Whenever you look at a room and you're like, what are like the most high value targets, it's usually things that summon or like control you, and like high ranged enemies, high reach range enemies. Yeah, so like archers, artilleries, because although sometimes you can avoid them a little bit, like in a big open room like this, it's pretty much, well, it is impossible to line of sight these enemies. So we can let them kind of pepper the other enemies, but they are quite scary. And if I was a gambling man right now, I would say that these priests would struggle to take them down. This priest is not long for this world, and when it gets down to these guys, I don't really like their chances, to be honest. Hound is immobilized. Hound is also dead. Oh. You know? The Hound is also dead. So I think that's the least of his issues really right now. Okay, there's also a treasure chest in that back corner, which is very tempting to get, and I would love to get it. I think what I'll do is I'll just move. I'm just going to move to like there. I think that's fine. The Deathwalker is gone. So now it's going to be these guys. So it's a move 1 or 2 if it's an elite. 1, 2. And he is going to heal 1, all allies, and bless self. Is this going to work? Can I like... I might have to do it this way. I'll do it this way for the blessing. Because I don't think it's going to work otherwise. I think they'll put a bless into the enemy deck or something if I do it through the other means. So that's good. Doesn't have to do any heals. So it's going to move. Also going to move. And more blessing. 3 blessings in there now. Kind of scary. What was the mechanic for converting the dudes to allies? So there's no mechanic in terms of converting them. It's basically these are two different factions of Algox, if you like, and they're fighting. So you've got the priests and the hounds, they're in a team. And you've got the guards and the archers, they're in a team. So they're fighting amongst each other. And we're just kind of like, hey, we're just here. Like, would you mind if we could like go through that door that's behind all you guys and check out your base? So it's like we can kind of tactically leave them alone. They will fight us if we make ourselves the focus. So if we get too close or we're within range of an ability that would happen, then we would still be attacked because we are still considered enemies, but they also see each other as enemies, so they will use them as focus as well. So it's just this is like a really good scenario for like practicing your focus and like your initiative dancing, because we basically want to go really late initiative and we want to make sure that we're always like 1 or 2 steps away from the enemies, so we're not often going to be hit. Say if I was a gambling man here, I think that the guards and the archers have the upper hand, because they've got 3 elites versus 1 elite, and those archers will absolutely, if they draw their like attack 5s, they will kill something in one go. They killed a hound on the first turn, so. Okay, well, that's good. That's everybody gone. So now we can go to the next round. We have Dark. Our Drifter is ready to go. So again, this is all going to be quite late. You know that when we have Dark up, we're going to be looking to use Forceful Spirits. I mean, it's fast becoming our best card on this character. But it is a 34 initiative, which is not really where we want to be right now. Now might be a fairly good time to play Eclipse. Try and go really late. Move in, because I would love to use Forceful Spirits on actually the 2 archers at the back of the room, rather than the guards and the priest at the front. So I could maybe nip in, grab myself that loot token, and maybe hit the 2 archers at the back, then go really early on the next turn and actually retreat a little bit. I think like that would be a really nice turn. Would help get some damage onto the archers without me putting myself in too much danger. And we can get away then. There's always the chance that the priest might end up kind of hitting us at some point because of their initiative being so early on the next turn. But I think for now that's pretty good strat for this turn. Potentially we could get some shadows towards that side of the room. Really, we do want the shadows near the door more than we do anywhere else. I mean, maybe in the middle of the snow would also be fine here. Big Brain, you like it? Yeah, I think like the archers are the scary enemy. If they're left unchecked, they will kill all of the other, the allies, if you like. They will kill the other faction, and then they will make absolute mincemeat out of us. And these guards are in an annoying position as well, especially for the Drifter. The Drifter's in an awkward position here because they're a melee character, right? So we almost need to find a character to kind of, or an enemy to split from the pack so that he can kind of do it. So for example, the Drifter may be the one that we use to go get this chest, because if he can go like sneak back here, there's a good chance that this will then potentially focus on this instead, and obviously the Hound will always focus on this. So I think that will be the plan. We sort of split the party a little bit here, but the Drifter can kind of move over and he can do some damage over here and then potentially run and get that chest, because these guys will probably kill the guard fairly quick as well, and then we might be stuck in the middle of it. This corner is the best corner of the map, right down here in the bottom corner, because if we go down there, there's no chance we'll ever be focused pretty much by anything. So it's a good time. You could, in theory, it's boring, but you could, in theory, go to the bottom of this corner now and just, do nothing for several rounds. Not really very fun, but you would probably end up with the room mostly cleared, with you just having to wipe up the remaining. I want high initiative, so enemy positioning is set before my turn. Yeah, I mean, maybe not so much on the Drifter, but I think it's just a safer play. You want to go high initiative just so that potentially you're not the focus. These guys are ranged as well, so there's a good chance that they will just sit there and do a ranged attack on the guard. But we need a decent amount of movement in order to get over there. It's going to be a 4 move, so we're going to have to play Deadly Shot bottom because it is our only move 4. And I could just use, I could in theory use Fortitude, but I really need the late initiative. 76? 76 is not a bad late initiative. It's not brilliant though. Okay, we'll go 76 with sustained momentum, with the idea being that we can get a charge back on something. Right, so we're going 76 here. And we are going 86 here. We're kind of hoping that that will allow us to go after everybody. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. You actually like the top of Deadly Shot on the Elite Guard or something? Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea. To help get the poison going. I think I need them. If I want to get that chest though, I need some serious movement, right? It's, I maybe shouldn't have started my drifter here. Maybe I should have started my drifter a little bit closer to this side if this was going to be my ultimate plan. But, you know, I didn't know exactly what I was doing at the time, so... Maybe if I had my starting positions a little bit more down here, it would have been better. Okay, so first up, we've got the priests. So that's a little bit annoying, actually. That is going to hamper us. So they are moving and healing, and because of the way they're going to focus, this is not going to be so good for me. So that's going to stay in the same place, and it doesn't have to do any healing, so nothing's going to happen there. But this is going to go like this, and this is going to go like this. Not really what we wanted, because now obviously we are in a bit of a weird spot. What I might be able to do is go and assassinate the Hound very quickly from behind. We could maybe go here and try and kill the Hound now. So, you know, there's an opening. There's an opening there. But it would have been nice if those priests just sat there and did a ranged attack. So next it is the Hound. So there's only one Hound left, and he's going to attack that guard. Guard number 6, using the ally attack modifier deck. +0. So he's going to do 2 damage. But they do have a shield? No, they don't have a shield. So that is 2 damage to number 6. I'm a little bit nervous as well about the fact that, you know, they've put a lot of blesses in. So we have to be a little bit careful of that. You know, if we leave the allies alive, or mostly allies alive, suddenly these priests and these hounds, they're going to be drawing ×2s against us when we want them to be drawing the ×2s against them. So that could end up coming back to bite us. So it's the archers. The archers are just going to stay where they are, and they're going to attack for 5. Yep, this is why you do not want to mess with archers. So they're both going to go after the elite priest over there. So he's got 11 health. Let's see how this goes. Oh, wrong deck. Wrong deck. Next attack is going to be a -1 from them, okay? We'll just try and remember. So that's 5. +6. I'm afraid you're dead. And that... is why I hate archers. Absolutely assassinated him. Shield? He had shield 1, right? And he only had 7 health. So they attacked him for 5, which would have been reduced to 4. And then 6 reduced to 5. So he was dead, right? He has 2 shields? He has 1 shield. Oh, because he was an elite? He had 2 shields? Ah, he does have 2 shields. So let's wind that back then. So he was attacked for 5, 4, 3. So 4, 5, 6. He's still dead, right? Because it's 4, 5, 6, 7. He's still dead, I think. Yeah, he's still dead. It's exactly 7, even with the shield 2. But good catch, though, guys. I didn't realize that he had shield 2 on there. But it is exactly 7 with the shield 2, rather than it being a massive overkill. But that is exactly dead, yeah. Nice shield too. No harm, no foul, yeah. Okay, well, that's the archers have been now. Priests have been. Archers have been. So guards. So they are going to move to... This is going to maybe make them focus me now. Oh no, that's fine. So he's going to attack this priest for 5. 4 with the shield 3. 3 damage to number 6. Needless to say, we really need to help out the priests. They are the ones that need our help right now. For sure. Initiative breaking tie there. It's nice for us. And then this one is going to attack the priest. And it's going to attack priest number 2. And he's going to attack him for 4. 3 with the shield 2. Okay, maybe the Drifter needs to help out a little bit more in other ways. Archers rule this room. Yeah, they're just sitting there. They don't even need to move. Okay, maybe the Drifter needs to step in here and actually do something about these guards. I think as fun as it would be for me to run back here and kill like the Hound and go towards the chest, I feel like right now... Well, actually, I don't know, because if I kill the archers very quickly, this might be okay. The bad thing here is that if I kill the Hound, then there's basically only one type of standee on that team as well. So if they draw like a bad initiative for them, they're not doing anything. I can always move shadows to the chest and teleport in and out. Yeah, I suppose I could. That's right. Okay, let's Drifter's gonna go in and give a helping hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's important that we get some damage on this. Oh, I tell you what I could do. Oh, hang on, I know what I could do. Ah, long spear is a thing that we own, or crude spear is a thing that we own. I could go 1, 2, 3, 4. I could use my crude spear to attack this instead. Actually, I like that. And then we'll use our crude spear. And we'll attack this regular one. Because then I kind of get 2 birds with 1 stone, which is what I really wanted to do. Just joy, what mess have I gotten into now? Well, it's more of a mess that the priests and hounds have got themselves into, really. So we'll use crushing weight. And we're going to be attacking for 4. We gain an XP there for moving that crushing weight token. And we're going to be attacking for 4. That is 4 damage into guard number 6. So he is dead. Come on. You know you want to. You know you want to. I'm not clicking anything near that. Okay, there we go. He's dead. Crude Spear coming in good use already. And then we get to move a token back. So we'll move that Crushing Weight token back. Drifter is done. So now we're going to go on to our friend, the Deathwalker. So Deathwalker, we're going to go... Or we'll go here because then we're slightly further away. And we're going to use Forceful Spirits here. So we're going to consume this dark to gain 1 XP. And we're going to do an attack 3, target 2 at range 2. And we are going to designate on one of these guys as well. So we'll attack number 4 first. And we will designate that with our Call to the Abyss. And I think I'll use Spyglass here too. I think Spyglass is... I mean, I guess maybe not. Maybe I should wait on Spyglass. No, let's use Spyglass. Why not? It's an attack of 3. It's against a high-value enemy. So we'll gain advantage on the first attack. +1. So that's going to be 4 damage to you. And then on the next enemy, just regular. Worth 6 damage. Oh, baby. Oh, I designated the wrong one, apparently. And then Deathwalker is done. Right, well, we should hopefully be able to finish off at least one of them here. And end of turn loot. What will it be? What will it be? Boo. I mean, at least it's got out of the deck, I suppose. $10 damage turn. Yeah, seems pretty fair and balanced at level 1, right? Seems pretty reasonable. Okay. Next round. So this is the round that I'm probably going to have to do an early turn. The Drifter is the one I'm most interested in here. All right, question for everybody. If I do choose to use Fortitude, I'm guessing that turns it into a ranged attack, right? Then it would be a range attack rather than a melee attack, I'm pretty sure. Those loot tokens are enormous. Yeah, they're pretty big. That's the reason why it says before applying any other bonuses. Looks like it, yeah. Because the fact that it says before applying any other bonuses kind of makes me feel like I can't like go, oh, Crushing Weight, but then I'll do this to make it a range, like get around it. So... Okay, I think I'm going to try and kill the hound, maybe. And then kind of run towards the chest. We'll go on 19 initiative. We'll just be using Destructive Fury for its initiative and as a move too, I think. How much health is the hound on for? Yeah, it should be okay. Now we have got a bit of an awkward turn, I guess, with the Deathwalker. I suppose I can tank for a turn against the archers. I'm going to have to mark the number 4. I'm going to have to hope that I draw not a -1. Run away? Yeah, I think running away is a good idea, but I can't use basic actions for my battle goal. And I've got one that's like a move 3. Seems okay. Sure, I could use Lingering Rot Bomb, I suppose. I could use, like, Anger of the Dead top. Yeah, that seems okay. It's just a bit annoying that I don't get really what I wanted here. Which is obviously to actually get a bonus. Beggars can't be choosers. Ooh. So we're going to get muddled by this hound. It's a little bit annoying. This hound here is going to go and he's going to muddle us. What a charming fella. Deathwalker's turn, though. Can we go early and kill the weaker one? Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to try and do here. So we'll use Anger of the Dead. So we're going to attack 2. And what I'll do is I'll swap my token. So we'll go on to this guy. And we'll attack for 2. Hope that we draw +0 or better. Yep. That seems about right. Seems about right. Right, who's going next? Guards, but they're not doing anything. To be honest, nobody else is really doing anything apart from the archers. I can avoid 1. I can avoid 1. That's about as good as it gets. You don't understand Lingering Rot? What do you mean? Basically, if you have no shadow on the board, you can't use the attack, you think. Yeah, that's true. If there is a shadow on the board, you have an unlimited range attack. Yeah, it's essentially what it is it's like attack all adjacent, but you're attacking from a shadow. So you need to put the shadow in the middle of all of the enemies, and then you can attack from there, but then you have to remove the shadow afterwards. You know, like most of her powerful abilities will require you to remove a shadow as part of the cost in some way. So basically, it's like you pretend that you're in that hex. You know, she's like... Thematically, the way to think about it is that she's able to kind of like phase in between her shadows, like in and out of that kind of dimension. Which is like how she can teleport between one and the other as well. Essentially, she's just appearing in the shadow, doing a big attack, and then disappearing back into the shadow and back to where she was originally. Kind of like thematically how to think of it. Okay, so Deathwalker unfortunately did not have the turn we were looking for. Guards are going to shield up, but it's not going to make one heap of difference this particular round. So the Drifter then. I mean, we're muddled now, but I guess we could we'll just attack for 5 with disadvantage against the Hound, I guess. So 4, which does kill it. Because it only has 4 health. Result. And if we killed an enemy with the attack ability, move the character token on one of your persistent abilities back 1 slot. Hell yeah. And then move 2. Let's get towards this chest. Game 1 XP2? Yeah, you're right. I did just add it. It's weird, like you have to remember to always be constantly checking that with the Drifter. Huh? Because it's just... lots of XP in weird ways. Oh yeah, you're dead. And you are dead. Priest. So they are going to heal. So number 2 is going to go first, and he is going to heal number 6 for 3. Then he's going to go back and he's going to heal him because he's missing the most health. So they're kind of just they're going to buddy up and heal each other, basically. They're back up to full health. Whether or not they can actually put up much of a fight, I don't know. But well, here goes the elites. So elite number 4 is going to attack me, unfortunately. There's nothing I can do about that. So an attack of 5 against the Deathwalker. I think that's burning a card, huh? Oh boy. Got to get rid of Shadow Step, I think. Everything else is just too good. Or Black Barrage, actually. Let's get rid of Black Barrage. I mean, I'd probably burn a card even if it was +0. Yeah, I suppose that's fair. It was an attack of 5, right? On a character who does have 7 health. So the other archer on this guy here is the number 6. So he attacks him for 5. But he does have a shield 1. No, sorry, it'd be number 2. So it'd be on number 2. Same distance. Not going so well right now. Those archers, drawing that miss at that point, completely screwed me, because now I'm like, well, how do I get a shadow out? You know, I'm sat here thinking I could do all of these really cool things if I had a shadow. And I don't. It's a big problem. And I actually don't have anything I can really play here. The play right now really is for me to just long rest on the Deathwalker. And that sucks because there's not much I can really do here. I don't have a single move ability that's not a bird. I can't use a default move too. And even if I did, I wouldn't have a good ability to use with it anyway. Not getting that shadow was massively screwed me. Rip battle goal time, perhaps. But the thing is that a move 2 doesn't really even achieve anything. That's the problem. Because I don't have any ranged cards in my hand, and all of the cards that I do have in my hand are needing shadows to activate. And we have no shadows. This might have been a good scenario to just play Eclipse top, like on the first turn. Just to get some, like, movement out there and get some stuff to play around with. This could have been a good scenario to just slam Eclipse on the first turn. Could still play it now. Not while it's in my discard pile. I can't, but I don't think I want to play it right now. I say I could long rest. It's a really early long rest. I got two full turns in my hand, so... But they're terrible. They're just actually awful. You know, this is okay. But I can't get over there. I think I'm long resting. You did Eclipse top here, worked very well. Yeah, I do think that looks like now that would have been the better play. I think I'm going to long rest on the Deathwalker. It's odd, but I don't have anything else I can possibly do. I'm just going to be eating a turn to then be like, next turn be in exactly the same situation. What I could do is I could just go, okay, let's just not do much for 2 turns and just let these guys fight. But the thing is, the archers will kill both of these in a single turn. So I don't have that time.
Frosthaven woot woot.
I'm going
Just got
to
mine
need to
delivered
do it.
last weekend.
Hey, Bonage. Thank you so much for the resub, buddy. 4 months. You just got your Frosthaven last weekend. Nice, man. Nice. You had a chance to actually play any yet? Or have you still waiting? This elite Algox is still at full health as well. Had to sleeve it all up and then busy work week, so no playing yet. Okay. Yeah, it takes a long time to get the game set up and ready to play. Yeah, don't like bring it to a game session thinking, oh, I've just got Frosthaven, guys. I'll bring it around. We'll play like the first scenario today. It's like, no. You need some time to punch it, organize it, sleeve it, whatever it is you're going to do. You need a session 0 for sure. Right, let's see how this goes. So the guards aren't doing anything again, which is kind of nice. Oh, the archers are freaking going. This archer can hit both of them. They could be both dead here, depending on the draws. So archer number 6 is going to attack number 2 first for 3. Thor, he's dead. Then he's going to hit number 6. So that will be 2 damage. Absolutely demolished. Drifter. We're gonna loot. Treasure number 18. Right, please give me something amazing. Where's the treasure? Is it in the back of the rulebook? Quite often they're in the back of the rulebooks. Treasure index. Yep. Gained 3 loot cards. Ooh. Ooh. Hang on. Oh, no. It's not going to count for searching for the oak. Right. We don't want lumber. Damn it. Lumber, metal. Lumber. Okay, pretty bad. 2 out of 3 were lumber. Well, we got a bunch of lumber now. Classic MQ luck. Yeah, looks like we're not getting that personal quest done quite as fast as I was hoping. But, you know, I mean, lumber, it's good to get resources, right? That was a pretty good outcome. A pretty good outcome. 4 lumber and 2 metal, I'll take it. And then I was going to do the move 3. And end of turn loot this one. Lumber. That's a new one, right? I don't think we've had Arrow Vine before. We'll take that. That's a new one for potions. Arrow Vine. Give him the Arrow Vine. It did. Good. Okay, lots of loot. We lose that, though, if we don't win, right? Even the treasure loot, actually? I'm pretty sure you lose the resources, but do you lose the what you opened in the treasure chests? Because usually you don't do that in normal Gloomhaven, but like a reward like that feels like maybe you shouldn't get it. Right, Priest is going to heal. And he's just going to bless himself. Oh, buddy. Things were looking so good for you. They haven't performed an attack in so long. In fact, I don't think the priests have performed a single attack in this entire scenario so far. Alright, Deathwalker's long resting. quite honestly, we're going to have to get rid of Anger of the Dead. It's like one of our best cards, but we're just going to have to get rid of it. Because the other cards are just way too important.
Happy to be able to watch today. The quest continues.
Hey, Doc John. Good to have you here, buddy. Thank you so much for subbing with your Prime. 2 months now. I appreciate it, my man. The quest continues, my friend. Good to have you here. Hope you're doing awesome. And yeah, good to have you in the stream today. Priests never attack. They heal for 4 turns. They are pacifists. Well, yeah, they are literally dying by their morals here. It's kind of tragic. Okay. Next round. I am not liking my Deathwalker hand right now. It's not looking good. I'm just looking at it thinking we are going to be in trouble. We're going to go on 32. We're going to go in Forceful Spirits. We're not going to be able to get the Dark for the extra attack. But to be honest, if we can just kill that one, that would be so helpful. But I guess the Dark doesn't really help us in any way here. But I gotta go early. Maybe I'll go like this. And we go 34. And we maybe have to use our boots. I don't like using a non-powered up Forceful Spirits, but I don't really see what other choice we have. What's the goal of the scenario? Is it to kill all enemies or escaping? It's actually to escape. So in theory, we could ignore them, but I think it's going to be pretty difficult, as well as, you know, my loot senses are tingling. There's so much loot to be had in this room if we play it right. And we played it okay, but we've had a couple of things just go against us, and it's made it much more difficult than it could have been. But that's Frosthaven for you, Gloomhaven for you. You kind of have like your best plans and you're like, yeah, this will work perfectly. And then you draw a miss at the wrong time and then suddenly everything just goes to pot. And that's a big problem. I think I got a burn Vile Assault on this guard here. We got to get him, I think. Oh, look. The priest is moving and healing again. Made good use out of those blesses that they put in the deck, huh? Hang on, what are the guards doing? They are attacking. I guess the thing is here is... Do I want him to take a hit here? I mean, I'm going to be taking hits for them now. If I stayed there, then potentially this guy's going to take the brunt of it and maybe die. I think we do that. I think we end here. I was thinking it would be quite cool to go here to then be able to, next turn, have a really strong, like, heal and do nothing kind of, like, heal turn and what have you. Because I'm going to probably take some damage. And then I could do like a loot 1 from this spot and hopefully loot like everything. Well, it's maybe being a bit too greedy. Let's just go to there. And we'll attack. So we've done that. We don't get to move anything back, unfortunately, because we haven't done that yet. But we're going to use Vile Assault here. And we're going to use charges of Crushing Weight. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do this, which gets us an XP. So we're going to power up our attack 2 to an attack 4. Gaining us an XP. And we're going to attack for 4 with poison on the elite. 5. So that's 5 damage. Plus poison on the elite. Then we're going to do the same again. Don't get an XP this time. But we're going to attack for 4 now with wound. And with the poison, that's going to be 5. So we're attacking for 5 plus wound. So 4. Okay, good. That is burned. That goes away. End of turn loot. We'll take these 2 tokens. What difficulty is this? Just standard. So we're not playing on increased difficulty. We're just playing on scenario level 1. I might increase it after like the next couple of scenarios. I wanted the first few scenarios to go, you know, test the water on how difficult it could be. The first scenario we completed quite easily, but this scenario is, I mean, there's scary enemies in it. If you don't play around these enemies well, you are going to get yourself in trouble. So, like, archers are attacking for all of your health every single turn, pretty much. So, it's scary. Hang on, no. Before we do that, we need to draw 2 of these. Lumber, lumber, lumber. Lumber! Three. Okay, so the elite is going to attack the priest for 3 here. 4. Plus the shield, so 3. The regular is also going to... no, it's going to attack me. Shortest path, right? Hang on a minute, I'm going to get myself confused. It's been a while since I've had to double check this. Yeah, so it's me. It's me! Freeze is like, whatever, I'll heal that next turn. Oh. It's sad but true. Oh, for God's sake, dude. Times 2? What was the attack? 2. I guess it's only 4. That could have been much worse. I'll take 4. We'll be healing all of that up next turn anyway. You know what's going to happen right now, don't you? Now that I've moved in close to the priest, he's going to do some sort of crazy attack and draw his times 2 blesses against me. You just know that's going to happen. Okay, archers. So the first one is going to attack the priest. Oh, sorry. Number 4 is going to... range 4, right? 1, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's just going to be broken by initiative, really. It's range 4, right? It's going to attack the priest. What 4 is going to attack the priest? So that is 4 minus the 1, 3. I kind of wanted you to take both attacks here, buddy. You haven't done your job. You have literally been a waste of space. It's been tragic. Actually, completely tragic. And then the number 6 is going to go, and he is going to shoot the drifter. 0, so that's going to be another 4. It's okay. We have a giant heal next turn, so we should be able to jump up. But it's a bit scary. Right, Deathwalker. Deathwalker, finally. Let's go. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. And we will poison the regular. Number 3. And we are going to Forceful Spirits these 2. Right, so the first thing I'll do is I'll attack number 6 first, who's got 2 health, to hopefully die, and then we'll get a shadow. And then we can move the Call to the Abyss token. So we're going to attack number 6 for 2, plus 0 or better. Plus 1. Dead. Thank you. Whew. I was starting to forget what these shadows look like. So now we'll go to the other one and we'll put the token on the other guy. And so we'll attack for 2 again. Nothing. Great. Well, I mean, at least we got the shadow out. I can't complain. Oh. Should we not have reshuffled the attack modifier deck for the crit earlier? It will shuffle end of round. Yeah, it'll always shuffle. You always shuffle end of round. You can't draw the crit or miss twice in the same round unless for some reason you would have exhausted the deck, which I guess could be possible because they could be the last 2 cards of the deck. So there is a situation where you may need to reshuffle it mid-round, but with those 2 cards, you do not shuffle it unless you've got no cards to physically draw. So you know at least when it does get drawn, you're not going to get it that round again. You shouldn't get it that round again. Okay, we've got a really strong round now coming up, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. So we can do Fluid Knight and maybe try and snipe them off here. We got our boots, so we got boots and we got advantage, so we should be able to do this. At least the elite guard's dead before his turn. Yeah, that was a nice, that's a nice turn of good luck. So for the drifter, we are going to, well, we've only got 2 cards left, but luckily for us, they are incredibly good for us here. Really, really good. So we're going on 14 initiative. Should beat the guards and be able to hopefully do a good amount of damage. And if not, we'll heal up massively anyway. Okay, great. Oh, how is he? How are they going before the Deathwalker? All right, well, we're using the boots here. And it would still be... Technically, it's going to be the Drifter first here. So first up with the Drifter, we're going to do a heal 2. But because of our continuous health, that's going to turn into a heal 4. And it's going to gain us an XP. We're also, while we're at it, going to use our Amulet of Life to do a heal 1 self, and because of continuous health, that turns it into a heal 3. So that gets us up to 9. Then we're going to do Fortitude using the Top of Crushing Rate. That gets us an XP. To attack for 5 on number 3. The regular one, who's also poisoned. So we're attacking for 6. 7. Boom. Take that. Bam. Ooh.
Nice.
You're going to like the next bit of this turn too. Okay, so that's all done. So on to the Deathwalker. So I'm going to do Fluid Knight top. So attack 5, perform the attack as if I was occupying a hex with a shadow, then remove the shadow. So we're going to do it as if we're attacking from here. So we're going to attack for 5 here, generating dark and gaining an XP. And we are going to use our Spyglass to give ourselves advantage on this attack, because if this misses, it would be horrendous and would be literally the end of the world. So we are going to attack for 5, 6, which is enough to kill it. Which means that we get another shadow. So that's good. So that's the top of Fluid Knight. Now we're going to do the bottom of Sunless Apparition. So we're going to do a loot 1. Taking out those 2 tokens. Let's go to the loot deck. An arrow vine. And a coin. To be fair, coins you actually need to do the building. So coins, although feeling boring, I didn't realize that we would have to spend coins to build. So the fact that you need 10 coins to build, I think, you know, you do need a good mix of everything. So we've done that part. Then we're going to teleport to a hex with a shadow. And you guessed it. Teleport in here. And get this loot token. Rock root. I should remove the shadow from where I attacked. Oh, okay. I can't teleport there. Oh, rip. Good call. No, hang on. I did that right? Hang on. I didn't put a loot token down for him. Oh, okay. What I should have done is I should have put a loot token down here. Okay. So basically, there's a loot token here. And I attacked from here, so that goes away. But there would be a loot token there, but so I've taken the loot token from there. So it's the same difference, I just did things a little bit weird. There should still be a loot token there, basically. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, cool. Yeah, we figured it out. Nice. Okay. That was still a really good turn. 3 loot tokens and a kill and an XP. I am very happy with that on the Deathwalker. So, wow. The archers are all... This guy's going to die. To his wounds. And look at that. We cleared the room. Just about. Not without a few casualties, though. Okay. So I've got no cards in hand on my Drifter. So, I mean, I'm long resting on my Drifter, that's for sure. No cards at all in my hand on my Drifter, so... I do have a few cards on my Deathwalker, though. And we're going to make our way towards that door. I mean, I guess I just play 2 cards and just move. Doesn't really matter at this point in time, does it? As long as I don't use any default actions, I'm good. Just don't do anything stupid. Move 3, make dark. We choose to not do anything on the top of that card. Metal. Okay. You're sort of double dipping here. You're enjoying watching me stream while punching and organizing your more Frosthaven. Getting the double enjoyment. Okay, good. So, long resting on the Drifter. We just need to gain ourselves that health back. I guess we also get the extra continuous health. That triggers too, right? That would trigger on the long rest. I don't think I was doing that in the first scenario. But it would make sense. It does just say on your next 6 heals. It doesn't say on your next 6 heal actions. It just says on your next 6 heals. So does long rest trigger the +2? I mean, going as the card is red, I would say yes. But I'm pretty sure I did not do that in the first scenario. Although I did do a lot of short resting in the first scenario. Because we maybe only did 1 long rest anyway. Triggers on long rest? Yes, yeah. Okay, well, we get an extra XP, but I guess losing the charge might be a bit scary. We need to get some of these charges back. I don't like it when they're on the second row, you know? First row, comfort territory. Second row, feels like we need to, feels like we need to be a bit more careful. Okay, let's get rid of Destructive Fury, shall we? I've only got 2 cards on my Deathwalker. I'll probably long rest next round with her to get back the boots and the spyglass. Yeah, we'll get rid of Destructive Fury. I don't think it's going to be that useful for us. Okay, next round. Okay, it doesn't really matter here, I don't think. We're going to do our little loot 1 action again on our Drifter. Yeah, so we'll do Drifter first. So we'll do our attack 1, but we're just really doing the loot 1 here. there any cards left in this deck? Then we'll do move 2. Move one of our tokens back. We will move back crushing weight. We're going to be needing that crushing weight. Don't forget I just need to escape if things go out of hand. Yeah, that's a good call. I don't have to worry too much about doing things really regimented. Good call. So Dark Fog, move 4. Honestly, I'm just going to be like moving 4 and just kind of making a little space here, I think, for my Drifter next to the door. Then I'll be long resting next turn. Okay, next round. Everybody has been. We're going 99. And the Drifter is going to go and open the door, I think. We'll see what's going on. I feel like Deadly Shot's a nice one to play on the top. Unfortunately, though, that is also my best move here. Yeah, it's also my best move. I guess I could go early, move 4, and just shield and retaliate for a round. We'll go 32 just in case there's any tiebreakers in the room with any enemies and stuff. We have a second room. We have 2 more rooms after this. There are 2 more rooms after this. Nowhere near as big as this, but there are 2 more rooms after this. Okay. 1, 2, 3. So what I'll do here is I will remove this tile. Because we ain't going back. We can remove this. We ain't going back. You gotta say you thought Drifter would be a boring character, but it definitely looks good. There's a lot less lame than your first impression. Honestly, that is, I think, a huge takeaway with the Drifter. It was one of the characters that I think when people first saw it announced, it was like, oh, it's basically the same as like, it's very similar to characters that have already been in the game, or at least, you know, using this mechanic. You know, this is not a new mechanic. Being able to push them backwards and forwards to maybe increase, decrease, do different things, that's new-ish, but it's not, let's say that it doesn't set the world on fire when you look at it. But for me, the Drifter has been the character that consistently, when I see people play it and I talk to people about it, like you talk to any of the play testers, you talk to anybody who's sort of been playing it. When I went and did my demo, I was playing the Geminate and there was a guy playing the Drifter. The guy who was playing the Drifter, I would say, was probably having the most fun out of everybody because it just immediately clicks. Like it's a very satisfying, you know, halfway through the first scenario, if that, it's probably even within the first few turns, it clicks. You just know how, you're like, yeah, I get it. I know exactly what I'm good at. I'm going to do these 2 things and I'm going to be really good at it. And this is the way I play. Like it's very satisfying that it just clicks together nicely. You are, of course, going to have some turns where you can't maybe do quite as much, but that happens to every character. But yeah, it just clicks. Whereas I think with all of the other characters, there's a level of you need to learn how to play them. So you're going to have that run-in where, you know, possibly you might not actually hit your stride until level 2, level 3 with the character, where you feel like, oh, I'm having consistently good scenarios. Whereas the Drifter, it feels like right from level 1, you're having great scenarios. It clicks from the first turn almost for most people. And my like, I think I said it in one of my... I think I said it in that video where I demoed Frosthaven from Essen, that my sneaky theory was that Drifter was going to be the most popular character from the base starting characters. Like in terms of like once people actually play the game, and you give it a bit of time out there, I think if you were to do a poll, I think most people would vote Drifter as their favorite character from the stars. Because of just how immediately fun it is. Whereas some of the other characters are like, you need to spend a little bit of time, get into the head of it, and they can have as much fun, but it's just that runway is longer, and Drifter is just immediate. Drifter could have been in base Gloomhaven, and it would have been one of the stronger classes you feel. Yeah, it would have been... no, I don't know if it would have been one of the stronger classes. Maybe with the items that exist in Gloomhaven. I feel like the Drifter is... The Drifter is verging on Three Spears territory in the sense that its perks and its abilities lend itself to potentially abuse certain items. So the Drifter would be one of those characters that was probably talked about in the same kind of breath as maybe Lightning Bolt, as a character that is probably a bit too strong, and with certain items definitely too strong. That would be like where I would see the character lie. I don't think it would be up there as like alongside Music Note, for example. I don't think it would be up there aside that, but it would certainly be alongside Lightning Bolt in that conversation, I think. Aside from Lightning Bolt having a few really, really powerful cards, but like that kind of level. But if they keep the item levels quite, like if they kind of tamper off the item levels in this game, so you don't get the rings, you don't get you know, some of the, obviously the attacks, like Crude Spear, for example, you know, just giving you a little bit of extra range, but Long Spear being a very strong item, like its Long Spear doesn't really exist, or it's a very high prosperity item. You know, stuff like that will really mean that he will, like, he'll be capped in some way. He's strong and easy, but very low crowd control. Yeah. He's the kind of character that if I was to play maybe on increased difficulty a little bit more, like if I was playing on like +2, he might struggle a little bit in much the same way that the Spellweaver looks like MVP when you're playing on regular difficulty. So if you're just playing like +0 difficulty, so scenario level 1 or scenario level 0. But if you're playing on those levels with Spellweaver, it looks like the best starter because it's just attacking 3 things for 3 every single turn. But if you increase the difficulty and like shields start to creep in, or that health pool gets bigger, it's killing things a lot slower and it starts to look less good compared to something like a Mind Thief that's like, hey, I don't have to kill something every turn. Whereas a Spellweaver's like, I really need to kill stuff every turn, or at least until you get like Coldfire. So it's like I would liken it to Spellweaver in that sense, that its raw numbers are very good. But if the enemies start getting stronger and stronger and stronger, then those numbers start to drop away, right? Like, crushing weight is +2 every time. You know, if we don't get our attacks starting to go up on our cards, then the +2 is going to become weaker and weaker and weaker as we level up because the enemies are getting stronger and stronger. Shields are getting higher and higher, and then it becomes more difficult. Spellweaver on level 9 is always MVP. Yeah, well, Spellweaver is basically like this. Like, power level is like level 1, pretty high. Especially if you play on not increased difficulty. And then it kind of goes through this weird kind of like slump in the mid levels. And then at level 9, it peaks up again. It's like a wave. It's kind of like level 1, like, starts pretty up here. There's like a gradual decline into the kind of like mid levels where you still have some good cards, but it's just maybe not as good as some other classes in the kind of mid levels. And then level 9, it's like bang, straight up again to like one of the best classes. Okay, so we've done that. Now let's go to let's go to the next page. So we've got one more movement left, I think. $30.2.
You duck and weave, winding your way through the battle, dodging arcane blasts and enormous Algox fists. But you manage to sneak through without losing your head. Unfortunately, there are many more Algox standing in your way.
Bum 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 bum. Actually, it's probably better to do it this way. Bum 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 bum. Right, there's some obstacles. Oh shoot! This is just bad guys. Just people we're gonna have to fight. There's no, this is like in their stronghold or something. Here is door number 2. Sneak through, that's what we did. We definitely didn't like massacre everyone and to be fair, the archers massacred everyone. That wasn't us. Where are the priests? There are no priests in this room. That's what I'm saying, like we're down to just the regular enemies now. Just the archers and the guards. Right, so I think I have one more bit of movement, right? We're gonna have to add these guys. 6 and 1. Range 5, huh? Well, I guess I drop back 1. With my extra point of movement. And we do shield and retaliate for the round. So we are going to be able to get some retaliate damage down on this guard, which is kind of nice. This round at least. Three. It's going to attack us for 4. Miss and retaliate triggers. Oh yeah. You thought I have 2 allies? Not in this room, doesn't look like it. At 2 player, we have a elite guard and we have a elite no, a regular archer, sorry. Completely even for the campaign now. What on the in what we've drawn? I mean, like that's what we want, right? Balance in all things. Okay, so a long rest on. So this doesn't trigger because we're not within range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So a long rest on the Deathwalker. Kind of hard to decide what card to get rid of now on the Deathwalker, really. Hey, Raskas, thank you so much for gifting a sub. Mozza, make sure to thank Raskas in chat for that. That is incredibly kind of them. Thank you so much, buddy. I really appreciate it. Welcome to the Adventuring Party, Mozza. And Raskas, thank you so much. That's incredibly kind of you. I really appreciate it. I'm not sure why the alert didn't play, but the alert probably should have played there. Silent alert. Yeah, this is tough. I'm kind of tempted to get rid of the summon, but the summon's going to be pretty good. The teleport itself is good enough. Oh, I know what I could do. I'd have to go super late, though. That's probably not going to work. Am I going to have to get rid of Dark Fog? I think I'm going to have to get rid of Dark Fog. It's just going to be... It's a bit too cute. Right now. I'm really annoyed that I didn't get Dark Fog going. I really wanted to try and focus on that this scenario, and I just didn't get it. Okay. I think we're going to get the Shadow Beast going. Shadow Beast. We'll jump back slightly and we'll get the Shadow Beast going. Now on our Drifter... Got to be a little bit careful here with my crushing weight. I can use 2 triggers here. Does he have a shield, naturally? No. Okay, I'm gonna go 31. Yeah, risk it for a biscuit. No! Why would you do that to me? Why would you shield and retaliate too? That suddenly makes this a lot worse. I mean, I can still pierce. So we'll do Fortitude first, I guess. So we're going to attack for 3, 4, 5 with Pierce 2. So 5. But unfortunately, we take 2 retaliate damage because of that. We gained an XP though for pushing forward our crushing weight. The thing I really wanted to do with it was that, which I should have done. I'm not going to be able to... I mean, should I still play it as the attack 1 or should I just move 2? Or like, I'm kind of tempted to jump over him here at this point in time. But I guess the archer would then be able to get me. So do I attack him for 3 here? Do I attack for 3 here? Potentially taking 2 damage back. I mean, wound is really good. I'm just going to take the damage. I can heal it off. Right, let's go. We're going to attack for another 3. 4. Nice. With the shield, 3. I think that's worth it. So that's absolutely worth it. The Drifter laughs in your retaliate. Fortitude can be ranged. Yes, but I would have to push another thing forward, which I don't think I really want to do. I'm trying to hold my charges. Plus, if it is ranged, then I don't get the +2, right? I feel like I'd rather take the 2 damage because, in theory, if I heal, I should heal for 4. And in fact, to be honest, I could now, if I wanted to... just heal up a bunch anyway. Which kind of makes sense. So I'll heal myself for 3. I need to seriously get some charges back on this. We might be doing a mad dash to the end. Oh, you're answering the other guy? I got you. So you can choose to make it ranged or not. If you want to make it ranged on Fortitude, you need to advance a persistent forward 1 slot to make it ranged. So there is a little bit of a downside to it in the sense that you would have to lose a charge somewhere. But that could be a good thing because you could go across an XP bracket, I guess. Okay, Deathwalker. We're just gonna go make dark and summon our Shadow Beast. Look at this terrible XP gain this scenario with this character. It was sad. Okay, Archer doesn't do anything, so on to the next round. So we've got Forceful Spirits, if we want it. Question is, can we get within range of Forceful Spirits? No. No is the long and short of it, basically. I think the Drifter's only got 2 cards in hand. We'll go nice and early here. And what do we want to do? Not much I can really do with my Deathwalker. It's just, I think this scenario in general has just been a bit troublesome for me and my Deathwalker. You know, we just haven't really got things going. If I played Eclipse in the first room, I think I would have had a much easier time. And just that lack of having Eclipse has really done me in. I've never really had enough shadows, and my generation is just too slow. This is like a good example of when, like, your generation is just a little bit too slow of your resource. So the character just feels a little bit clunky and a bit awkward. Whereas if I had sort of had that massive head start at the beginning, I would have been moving around, moving the shadows around, hitting stuff. It would have been, you know, much smoother. So burning that card would have done me much better in the long run than playing Call to the Abyss. Because Call to the Abyss has dropped a couple of shadows, but aside from one good attack on an archer, it really hasn't paid dividends. And it's probably not going to pay dividends again here, really. Because I actually want the Drifter to kill this to get some charges back. Oh, Archer's coming to play. Oh, Archer's coming to play. That might actually help. Do I want it to be closer to the door or to the middle of the room? To the door. Easier for me to finish off. So he's going to attack for 2 onto the Drifter. 3. 3 damage. Wolf, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the quest. Hope you're doing well. Welcome in. Good to have you here with us. Archer is over. So, time for the Drifter. So, the Drifter, we're going to use our jump boots. Hooray! Bam. Bam. And if you are adjacent to each one enemy, to exactly one enemy, move the character token back on one of your persistent abilities, which we will do. Crushing weight. Then we're going to do an attack 2. Pushing crushing weight forward. So we're going to do an attack 4. Okay, maybe not. Maybe we don't do an attack 4. We do get to move a token back again, though. But that feels very bad. I mean, I guess... Oh, the annoying thing is that he's going next. If the Deathwalker was going in between here, it wouldn't be so much of a problem. So now he's going to get hit for 4. He's got no cards in hand either. Okay, what I could do here is I could use my renewing potion, which I think I will do. So I'm going to use my renewing potion here to refresh these 2 items so I can use Amulet of Life to heal for 3. Using continuous health, that gets me an XP there too. Man, just because like this could be a pretty scary attack. I've got no cards in hand. If he flips something really bad against me, it's going to be a problem. Hey, Mark. Finally getting back into Gloomhaven. It seems like this is the perfect time. Yeah, for sure. If you like Gloomhaven, Frosthaven's a hell of a game. +1. So that's 5. Big yikes. Alright, well, Deathwalker's gonna go. So Summon's gonna go. Yay! We'll use our token here. Why not? Because there's a good chance here we should be able to kill. So our little Summon here has an attack value of 3. So we're gonna attack for 3 here. 4. So dead. Very good. More shadows? Yeah, more shadows is nice, right? I guess I actually get to play, I do actually get to play the turn now, though. Because I was like, I don't really know if I even wanted to play this turn, but actually this now works quite well. I actually at least get to use it. And I guess we use Forceful Spirits. So that gets us an XP at least. And we get to attack a fairly decent attack here. We'll use our Spyglass because we'll be long resting before we go into the last room, I think. So we're going to attack for 3 with advantage here. And we will attack this with our... Two. Gotta love those level 1 attack modifier decks. Gotta love those level 1 attack modifier decks. You read the wrong title. I'm playing Frosthaven. When did I get the Frosthaven set? When did it come in? I received it about 2 weeks ago, but the I needed to set up my stream to be able to play it, and then I got sick. So I kind of like started to set up my stream, was ready to go, then I got an ear infection, so I was sick for a week. So, but yeah, I've actually like, it's been in my house for about 2 weeks now. Oh, Spyglass, right? I was using Spyglass. You're right. Sorry. Good catch. Ah, come on. What the? Oh, I've had this bug before. Yeah, I've had this bug before. Hopefully that will maybe make things a bit better. Really annoying bug. Frosthaven is absolutely living up to the hype. It's amazing. I mean, the thing with Frosthaven, right, was that it, in my opinion, it would have taken a lot to do it really badly. Because you had such a good core game with Gloomhaven. You just needed to make everything else around that match. So the scenarios needed to be a bit more interesting. I think on balance, the Gloomhaven scenarios were fine, but I think that you would have liked them to have been a little bit more interesting. The scenario design needed to be improved a bit. You wanted the story to be better and more engaging. You wanted, you know, all of the elements outside of the scenario. So, you know, we've now got Outpost for Frosthaven, which is excellent. That kind of thing really needed to be improved because it just felt like you would come back to Gloomhaven and not really have much to do and then just go out again. There's too many times when it was not very impactful outside of the actual dungeon. They needed to improve the balance of the game in general, needed to be a bit tweaked a little bit, but, you know, that was something that's gone mostly quiet. But they really didn't need... They just needed to amp up the levels of certain elements to, like, the next degree. Because the core game was excellent already, right? Wanted story choices to have more meaningful choices. Yeah, exactly. You wanted that story to really be something that you could be invested in. Whereas the story in Gloomhaven is fine, but it's really not that all that really. You know, I always have this saying, nobody's playing Gloomhaven for the story. Whereas so far for Frosthaven, I could see people playing Frosthaven just for some of the external elements of the game being fun. Like, you have the fun gameplay, but I can see people also maybe enjoying that side of it as well. Certainly people who maybe really enjoy, you know, other games that have that side of it a bit more, because Gloomhaven never did. Like, I think Kingdom Death Monster, right, has a bit more of like a base building kind of type element to it. I think those people would probably really like it. There's always like, you know, some of the more better storytelling games like Seventh Continent and stuff like that. Does the quality match up with the MSRP? Yeah, I think so. Like, I mean, the amount of stuff you get, I will say, in terms of, like, I'm a bit disappointed with some of the map tiles. They're a bit warped, but, I mean, again, it's difficult to always get 100%. The books are really nice. The map is incredible. Like, most of the components are very nice. Yeah, I mean, I can't really say anything bad about it in terms of the MSRP. It seems ultra pricey for a board game. It is expensive for a board game, but think of it this way. This is a board game that I'm going to play for a year. Maybe even longer than a year. You know, I'm going to play this every day for at least a good period of time. And then from that point, I'll still be probably playing it 3-4 times a week. So the value that gives me in terms of entertainment is way more than the price that it gave me. You know, if it's, I don't know how much it is, like $250, right? If you got like, even if you only played 25 scenarios, you know, that's $2.50 per scenario per evening of entertainment. I mean, you can't really do any better than that, right? Like, even if you're somebody who was like, yeah, I'm just going to play the main story and I'm not going to do everything. You played maybe 25 scenarios. That's still like $2.50 per scenario per evening of entertainment. Like, that's... And if you look after the game and potentially don't use some of the more legacy elements, this game is a bit harder to reset compared to Gloomhaven. Like, Gloomhaven is quite easy to reset that game. You just need the removable stickers. There's, you know, like, for example, the herb table, the alchemy table and stuff. I guess you could get, like, spreadsheets and replaceable parts that could remove that element of it. But then you've also got a little bit of resale value too. It's like 100 hours of entertainment. You played in 2 Gloomhaven campaigns for like 160. Yeah, exactly. Like, you've got so many hours here. And I just don't see... There's not really any other game. I mean, there will be games out there that people do get hundreds of hours of entertainment out of, right? But I'm not that kind of person who plays those games. Like, I've got... You know, you see my board game collection, right? There's probably, out of all of the games in my board game collection, there's probably only a handful. You know, I've got like 350 games. There's probably only about maybe 20 games here that I've played more than 10 times. You know, some of these games cost $50, $60, and I might have played them 4 times. Some of them I've not even played. They're in shrink. So, you know, from like a board gamer like perspective, like Frosthaven is like a hell of a good value, and so is Gloomhaven. You know, at the moment, I've only played one scenario of Too Many Bones, and that game cost me $150. So right now, Frosthaven is currently winning because I've played 2 scenarios. It cost me $250. So if you want to look at, like, you know, estimated value of play. Don't get you wrong. You ordered it, don't get you wrong, but you're just asking for your opinion. Yeah, of course, of course. No, I think it's a great value. The barrier to entry is high, though, which I think you can't really discount, right? You know, there are going to be people out there who do not have the disposable income to be able to play it. Although you can see it from the perspective I'm seeing it. Oh, yeah, it's $2.50 a play if you were going to get 100 plays out of it. You know, if you don't have the $250 to begin with, you're never going to be able to use it. So, yes, there is a barrier to entry that a high price point brings for board games, unfortunately. There's not, you know, that is kind of the nature of the beast. You know, for somebody who is just getting into board games and like we're interested in like growing their collection, if you had $250 to spend and you were sat here like, I would like to get into board games, please. I've got $250. What should I spend my money on? I wouldn't say spend it on Gloomhaven, Frosthaven, or any of those. I would say buy yourself, you know, a nice selection of some gateway games, some fun family level kind of gateway games, like your Ticket to Ride, your Carcassonnes, even like your Catans. I mean, I still don't mind Catan. I know a lot of people don't, but I think it's fine. You know, you buy Seven Wonders, you buy a load of party games, you buy code names, you buy little games and stuff like that to build yourself up a nice collection of like, you know, 15 to 20 games that you can bring out at any occasion. Like, I would never suggest that if you had that amount of money in one point, just go get it. I would say no. You'd be better off building a small collection of just games that can cover lots of different situations, party games, 2-player games if you just play with a partner at home or with a friend at home. You know, 2-player games are something that I never really got into because I was always playing with 4. But since obviously I moved in with my girlfriend, 2-player games have actually been really popular. I pretty much exclusively play board games at either 1 or 2-player now. So for me, like, every game has to have good 2-player rules that I bring into my collection now. So yeah, you just have to like be smart with the way you spend it, right? No, after you've played it, do I see the ability to combine both games into one large one? Like to combine Gloomhaven into this? No, I personally, I wouldn't dream of doing that. I think certainly maybe using some of the tiles from Gloomhaven, maybe to create custom dungeons for your Frosthaven characters, maybe doing random one-shots, maybe creating your own campaign, your own custom content using some of the resources from both. But in terms of like combining them together to have some kind of like, you know, natural experience with both of them, no. But using them both as tools to maybe create your own campaign, absolutely. But I wouldn't use it from this perspective of like, oh, I'm gonna just try and join these two together and see if it works, because I think you'll find that the balance would be way off and just be a bit odd. Characters, maybe. Characters, sure, but not the whole campaign. Yes, but again, the Gloomhaven characters are wonky. I know they released the sheets for the Gloomhaven characters, so you could bring them across, but a lot of the Gloomhaven characters are wonky, especially when it comes down to enhancements. You know, they haven't done a whole... in my opinion, they would need to do a whole new set of cards for each of the original Gloomhaven characters, with the enhancement system fixed with how it is in Frosthaven, and they would need to nerf certain cards and effects. They would also need to tell you to not use items from Gloomhaven pretty much at all, and only use Frosthaven items. So, like, if you wanted to bring the crack heart across, yeah, sure, but I would not bring any items from Gloomhaven across apart from what is already kind of suggested in the game. And even then, I feel like some of those suggestions are a little bit too favorable to players. So, yeah. Like, bring across your crack heart, because I love me a crack heart, and I would do that, but I wouldn't be bringing across the items and stuff like that, and I certainly wouldn't be allowing myself to put curse on Dirt Tornado, or whatever, you know, or poison or wound or whatever it is that I want to do. I would not be allowing myself those things. you'd have to like house rule yourself. You'd have to be like, right, I need to like be sensible here and house rule myself. Okay, let's go pretty early here. Sorry, went off on a massive tangent there, but good talk. I like our talks. 19 on the there. We are long resting on the Drifter, I believe, because we have no cards left. Ooh, long rest. Oh, long rest will get rid of our continuous health, though. I mean, I guess it's kind of the nature of the beast at this point. It will get us back up to a really nice level. Yeah, we'll just do that. Draw. All right, Deathwalker first. So this will go first. 1, 2, 3. We'll place our marker on it. Oh, our marker's already on it. And so we'll be attacking for 3 here. Boom! 6. We should have had to summon out for longer. You can decline the heal on a long rest. What? Since when? Really? Has that always been a rule? I guess the argument is, why would you ever do it apart from like in this very specific situation? Has that always been the case? Why are we declining it? We're not declining it, I don't think. I think we're just going to take the 4 and be done with it. But we would decline it because the continuous health would drop off. So this card would go away. You know, whereas we might have some opportunities to push this back a little bit. It's in the rule book, yes. Heal is optional. Interesting. I guess it's very rare that you would ever decline it, but this could be a situation where you might. I guess we'll just go and take this. I think we're going to exhaust. We're going to have to make a dash for the exit. So we'll loot that 1 token. I am very nervous right now. I think what I'll have to do is I'll have to get rid of the Shadow Beast. And we'll have to resummon it. Or maybe not even summon it at all. We are really getting low on cards. Hide. Okay, Drifter. I think we just take it, right? Are the action cards that huge? They're not that big. They're just because I've got a zoomed in camera. Yeah, this is the actual size of my hand. It's giant. This is to scale version of my hand. They just look bigger. Okay, yeah. No, this camera is zoomed in. That might be why. Like, this is like the accurate size to look at. You know, these guys here, like the accurate size. You've played Magic since beta. I hope you kept some of those cards. Because that probably paid off quite well. All right, we've done it. Goodbye, continuous health. I haven't actually been looking at the masteries on this guy. Are we actually? Oh, man. We could have maybe gone for... No, we couldn't have gone for a mastery. Yeah, we couldn't have done the masteries. We're not going to go crazy with those yet. We're not going to go too crazy on that. So that's going to come back. What card should we get rid of? I think maybe we get rid of precision aim. We need to keep the move 4s and the move 3. The move 2, take a token back is good, but I think maybe we're just kind of going all in for the last couple of turns, so we'll get rid of precision aim. All right, we're done. So I've only got one card in hand with the Deathwalker here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in our discard, but we could put the Beast in, which I think we probably will do. So we'll long rest here. Drifter is going to pick up that token and then make his way to the door. Oh, actually, I guess maybe I should have kept precision aim, thinking about it more carefully here. Yeah, I guess I should keep precision aim. And I should probably get rid of draining arrows. Yeah. Yeah. Because I can move 2 next turn and get a token back, which is pretty nice. Okay, so we're going to go on 66. Draw. So we'll do a loot 1. Yoink. Took the wrong token. Come on, lumber. Yeah! And then we'll move 2. 1, 2. And we'll move a tracker back. Right. Deathwalker. I think I might get the Shadow Beast gone, because I don't... Unless I've got some crazy combo to move, I don't think I do. I'm going to get rid of the Shadow Beast. I think we're probably just going to make a break for the exit in the next room. Make a break for it. I guess I could play the Shadow Beast because I'm in the shadow now. Oh, actually, maybe that would have been fine. Maybe I should keep it because I can play one now. Actually, I will keep it. And to be honest, I think I'm going to get rid of Fluid Knight because I don't think it's going to... I'm going to be able to combo it. Because I can't move the shadows. Okay. Right, well, we know what we're doing. We're going late. We're making dark. Hopefully we get a good opportunity to use Forceful Spirits, but we'll be then making maybe a bit of a break for it. Drifter's going to be opening that door. I guess we move 4 and we Why is lumber so important? So I have the personal quest on the Drifter, which says personally loot 8 total lumber cards through loot tokens to unlock sacred soil. Scenario 69, and then follow it to its conclusion. So the personal quest for the Drifter is basically to loot lumber cards by collecting tokens. So that's why we're kind of all in on it. I think I might be a bit coy here and go for a safe turn. Bop, bop. Okay. So we know that that's there on that door. Hopefully we don't necessarily really need it. 28.2.
Their numbers are thinning. If you can just get past this line, you should be able to push through into the heart of this place.
All right. Oh boy. You see like how the tiles are pretty warped? I've had this with all of my tiles where they're just not very flat. That's like my one criticism so far of this, is that the tiles are just... But I don't know if that's... They'll flatten probably with time or what. Maybe I need to get some heavy weights to just weigh them down or something. Bend them back a little bit. I'll try doing that with this one. Ah, it's a little bit better. Maybe not much. Maybe your tiles, they're a bit curved, yeah. Oh no, I lost my base. Okay, so our escape tiles are at the back here. We just got guards to contend with. Two, 3, 6. 236. Nice. Just remember when a merc escapes, they immediately are removed from the board. Well, I believe it's a choice, Vandelay. From what I remember reading in the rulebook, it's a choice. Maybe not, but I can't. I remember it being different. I can't remember where I read that though. Escaping. Here we go. Yeah, here you go. Certain scenarios require the party to escape. In these scenarios, certain hexes on the map are designated as escape hexes. If a character ends their turn in an escape hex, they may escape. Their figure is then removed from the map along with their summons and tokens. Escape characters can no longer participate in the scenario in any way. So just say may. Yeah, it says may escape, so... I guess the thing is that you would then have to play like a full round, right? Which may be bad. I could probably win very quickly here. So what are these guys doing? They're moving 2, attacking 3, strengthening. They're going to block the door like straight away, which kind of blows. I got 2 more movement left, right? I guess they're going to get an attack off somehow here. Do I want the Drifter to take this? I guess I do. I think we get the Drifter to the rescue. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to shield and retaliate up for this round. What I'll probably do as well is I'll probably just do my heal 1 here as well, just to go up to 9, just because I'm about to take probably a bunch of damage. I may as well do that and go to 9. Then on the next turn, I've got my wing shoes. I can just jump over and we can get out. This way, I don't fully block the door for the Deathwalker who doesn't have jump. Okay, so number 2. Go. And is going to attack for 3. Plus 2, so 5 with the shield 4. I'll take that. Looks like we're going to have to get out on the next round because the strengthen could be very scary. The next one's going to go, number 3. So he's just going to attack for 3. So 4 with the shield, 3. Oof. Take a point of damage from the retaliate and gain strengthen. And the last guy, I mean, come on, they gotta draw a miss here, right? So that's an attack of 2, which would kill me. So I'm gonna have to burn a card. I probably should have burned a card for the first attack, but I don't think it's gonna matter too much in this scenario. I need to just keep an early initiative here. So I'll just burn Bloodletting. Don't think it matters too much. Okay. Good. So now the Deathwalker's going to go. I'm going to leave like 3 loot tokens, which obviously kind of sucks. No one likes to do that. Yeah, I'm going to leave 3 loot tokens. Yeah, great minds think alike. I'm like, damn it. I'm going to loot 3 loot tokens. Okay, so the first thing I'll do is I'll make a Shadow Beast. Maybe he can take some aggro for us. And then we're going to move 3, make dark. You never know. We might be able to pull it off here. We can have a really good turn on the Deathwalker here, and that could be the difference. All right. Next turn. I mean, I'm in a kind of a bad way here with the Drifter. I may just have to short rest to get back my super early initiative, just in case they screw me somehow here. I say super early initiative. Oh, of course I have this back in the discard, don't I? Yeah, I'm gonna short rest with the Drifter, just so I can get my 12. I can try to kill one and loot. Yeah, I think so. That would be a good idea. All right, precision aim. Good. All right, so we got our Drifter cards back. Question is, can I go earlier than 14 on the Deathwalker here? I think I probably can. I can go on 9. But we're going to use our boots here to go on 9. Okay, so our Spirit's going to go first. We will... I mean, it doesn't really matter. I guess we'll mark number 2. It doesn't matter. They are attacking, so we do have to get out. So we're going to be attacking him for... Oops. Clear my cards, please. 6. Hello. Times 2, baby. 6. So that's going to do... That's going to kill him. Straight up. Boom. Oh. Little summon doing work. Wow. God. That kind of changes the math now a little bit. Like, I know I was gonna forceful spirits to hopefully kill it. Okay. I'm gonna go to here. Oh, and I'm gonna use it as a move 6, all right? So I don't lose my battle goal. Then we're gonna use forceful spirits. I guess we have a shadow down, but it doesn't really matter. Loot everything. It's possible now. Deathwalker getting out, I think, is pretty sensible here. So now we're going to do an attack 3 on both of them. We're going to use the Spyglass I guess on... Let's do number 6. It doesn't really matter here, I don't think, which one we choose. So number 6. We'll attack him first. Come on. So 3. 4. And then on the other guy... I think we got our target. Okay. End of our turn. We escape. Zip, zip, zip. See you later, losers. Okay, Deathwalker is gone. So drifters go. Let's hope we get it. So we're going to use Violent Inheritance top to attack for 3 on the guy with 2 health. So attack it for 3. 5 kills him. Then we'll do our loot 1. Oh, let's hope this keeps to go away too. Yoink. Yoink. So we need to draw 2 loot cards. Drifter needs some lumber. I think we've drawn the entire loot deck. Gain 1 XP. Oh yeah, gain 1 XP. Thank you. And then I'm literally just gonna see you later, alligator. Gone. Escaped. See you later. Get out of here. There's one guy just bemused on his own. We did it. Oh, that was a beastie last couple of turns, huh? I didn't think we would get any of that loot, but then, like, as soon as we hit that ×2, it was like, oh, it's on to get 2 loot tokens here. Congratulations, great scenario. Felt tense for most of it. I was a bit worried about the last room. I was thinking we haven't got that many card resources at our disposal, but as long as we leave an avenue for the Deathwalker to sneak by, she did have a move 6, so I was thinking it's a possible, but we just need to make sure she doesn't somehow get herself blocked in. And we did it. Right, so conclusion, which is 8.3.
Once inside the cave, the sounds of battle soften, the thick ice-covered walls dampening the roars. As you look back, however, a single large figure stumbles back from the fray and calls to you.
Warm bloods.
The Algox says. It's one of the brawler Algox, a fighter as tall as a horse, but one of its arms is hanging loose by its side, and the fur on its stomach is matted with blood.
All our enemies come to fall upon our head at once, eh?
Your look of confusion prompts the creature to speak further.
The snow speakers
He growls and gestures outside.
invaded our home. They have killed many,
He looms over you, even from a distance.
but perhaps you can help us fight back.
Until a second ago, You didn't even realize Algox could speak your language.
Uh-oh.
And yet here one stands, asking for your help. He moves his massive bulk to the side and waves a hand toward his dead comrades.
They kill us because we are ice speakers.
He taps himself on the chest as he says this, wincing slightly. The creature, despite his great size, is made somehow smaller by the gesture.
You can help us.
The offer is bizarre, certainly, but there's an advantage to be had here. Sather charged you to find a way to help stop the attacks, and it would seem one has presented itself.
Ooh.
If you help this group defend their home from these snow speakers, you may be able to make peace with the victors. It's slow going at first. The Algox explains its situation further through labored breath. It seems this place, Snowscorn Mountain, holds religious significance to the Algox clans. Both factions want control of it, but because of the animosity, only one can occupy it. When the resident ice speakers returned, battle-weary from their attack on Frosthaven, the snow speakers seized the opportunity and launched an invasion to take back the mountain. You're not sure which side you should take in this whole thing, but you know this information is valuable, so you follow this creature farther into the cave, wondering whether this is what Sather had in mind.
Are we gonna side with the snow speakers? Okay, cool. Very cool. All right, so gain 1 checkmark each. So let's fill out this anyway. We get a perk anyway because we absolutely smashed that. Alexa's getting feisty. Okay, so let's do like what happened in the scenario anyway. Did we level up? Oh, we're kind of close. So we did a single perk point. Oh God. We did Ravager, which was a single perk point. And then we gained an extra perk point through the reward on the Drifter. The Deathwalker. Obviously, I didn't update this from last time. Did a 2 last time and a 2 this time. And the extra mark. So we're well on our way here. So we can we get a perk. Pretty nice. This is a linked scenario, so we gain 1 perk each. Place map overlay sticker W on the map in location W. New scenario, Heart of Ice. Does anyone remember how much XP I was on the Drifter before we did that? That was maybe a bit of a mistake. I should have maybe undoed. Shoot. Hang on a minute. I can remember what we were on. And then I can work back from that. We were on 12. And we would have gained a bonus 4 experience. Seven for the Deathwalker. I think it might be, yeah. Where's the that's a lot of damage email? It's been a little bit broken, Star Welter, for a while. I need to try and fix it. I don't know why. I should have it fixed by next time. Sorry, I just haven't had the time to fix it. But I'll fix it for you for maybe for tomorrow's stream. It shouldn't take me too long to fix. 6 for the Deathwalker. So we started the scenario on 12. And we would have gained a bonus 4. So that would get us to 18. And we got 34. So it was 6. It was 6. Just because we need to track 150 experience points from cards. So we've done 14 so far. Okay, that's fine. We don't need to worry about anything else there though. So perks wise though, we can do those. So we have remove 2 -1 cards, the classic. Remove 1 -2. Replace 1 -2 with 1 + 0. Replace 1 -1 with 1 + 1. Replace 1 + 0 with 1 + 1 and curse. Add 1 + 2 dark. Add 1 disarm rolling card and 1 model rolling card. That's pretty nice. Ignore negative scenario effects. Generally always good to get early, although it is quite a boring one. Whenever you long rest, you may move 1 shadow up to 3 hexes. That seems really good. Really, really good. Whenever you short rest, you may consume dark to perform muddle curse range 2 as if you were occupying a hex with a shadow. That's also pretty cool. While you're occupying a hex with a shadow, all attacks targeting you gain disadvantage. Also pretty cool. I feel like the long rest one is probably the best one, right, chat? If I had to get one perk right now, I feel like that would be the perk. Because, like, getting them going, I think, is, like, the one. Lamal, they're all great. Yeah, I mean, they're all pretty damn good. Long rest, move shadow was your first perk. Yeah, that to me seems like the one that would have the most, like, immediate impact on the game for me. Because, like, stuff like this happens all the time, right? You'll go with the remove 2 -1 cards first and then go with the shadow movement next? Yeah, possibly. That also seems like a very good value proposition. This is tough. How often do you long rest per scenario? Once, twice? So yeah. In that particular scenario there, I long rested, I think, 3 times. In that particular scenario, I long rested 3 times. But that was a bit of a weird one. Usually, the way that I like to foresee it is it's a rest per room. Often. So if you have a look at, like, the kind of the sizes that you have, one long rest per room is usually where I'm at. If you have, like, a scenario where you're kind of... It's one very big room to begin with, you might end up, like, short resting depending on what the conditions are because you just need to kind of keep going. So you might end up losing one on very large tiles. But 1 rest per room is never usually a bad place to be at. So if we were to, so basically what we're saying is that if we could move 1 shadow up to 3 hex 2 to 3 times, is that good? I mean, it's pretty good. Would it always be good? No. Removing -1s will always be good. That's the problem. You'd probably go with -1, then move shadows, but you've got a feel for how she plays now. Yeah. The thing with the remove the 2 -1 is that it's like the tried and trusted proven perk. Like if you're looking at this, you know, from probably a more of a mathematical standpoint, which is, see, I think the problem with Gloomhaven perks is often mathematically they could be solved. There was a correct choice. I feel like I like the fact that there are some here that are not necessarily like easy to measure. Like you can't really kind of straight away go, well, yeah, that's definitely that. You know, they're harder to measure. Well, we want to do damage because we want to kill stuff for shadows. That's also true. You know, it is one big circle of life or circle of death, if you like. Us maybe instead of drawing that -1, maybe we draw just a +0, which kills something, which makes a shadow anyway. So maybe that's good enough. Most Frosties don't have that one actually. I'm not surprised. It's the tried and true. Let's get it because I think it's probably just the easiest one to get and it will work well for us. Ignore negative scenario effects is another one that's not too bad to get early, depending on how many there are. But if the distribution is similar to Gloomhaven, then it will be probably worth getting at some point, or it would be worth getting. You had your doubts about the Drifter. You convinced yourself that it would be so boring compared to other characters, but there is no denying the high utility of the Merc. It's great. I mean, look at how much loot that character has picked up so far. Look at our resources on this character. Guys, got 7 wood, 5 ore, 6 hide. He's got some herbs as well. 7 gold. He's balling out. So let's go for the Drifters perk then. Well, we know which one we want, right? I mean, I don't feel like there's any. We do at the end of each scenario, you may discard up to 2 loot cards, except random items to draw that many new loot cards. I mean, that one just to me is like it's got my gamer brain going. Or do we go for the long rest one and just sink that early perk in and just kind of roll with it? Because we're going to level up pretty soon. So we could even go for the double perk where we would get whenever we long rest, you may remove. Or it might be a good idea to get the armor perk first. Because then we can immediately wear hide armor, which would be something that we could go and buy and immediately use, which would be beneficial for our character. So we could go and do the ignore negative item effects and add 1+1. Also a pretty good perk to get first off. Whenever you long rest, that is awesome. Yeah, it's very good. But it does cost you 2 perk points. And let's be honest, in that scenario, really, did we really care about that? Apart from maybe getting us 1 extra heal, it wouldn't have made the difference in that scenario. That perk would have made no difference in that scenario to us. You'd go with a negative item because early hide armor at low level is good. Yeah, plus we've got all of the resources to buy it. So I like that. It gives us another item to wear. You know, we can then start looking at other items as well. You know, our Drifter is going to be our tank. So I feel like it's a no-brainer, really. So we'll do that. And that will mean that we can go and get the hide armor when we go back to Frosthaven. Right, stickers. Stickers. So this is so the next scenario is a linked scenario, and it's a forced link scenario. So this is new for Frosthaven. This didn't happen in Gloomhaven. You had linked scenarios in Gloomhaven, but you didn't have forced links. So this means that we have to physically go and play the next scenario. We do not get to go back to Frosthaven and level up or do an outpost phase. None of that stuff. So we will have to go straight on, which is kind of good for me because it means that we can finish on time tonight. So that's nice. And then tomorrow we will do that scenario, and then we'll probably do the outpost phase again tomorrow once we get back.
I think still, yeah.
Oh,
Scout
that's the blessing from Jeff.
Yeah.
That's the blessing from.
Isaac, at this point, can we get your approval to add an additional attack modifier deck for allies in the digital version?